If you're currently working at an enterprise or you expect to be, and you want to do a full-featured RPA proof of concept, you're going to want to use the enterprise trial version of UiPath, because that will give you access to all three components of their solution, including UiPath Studio, the orchestrator server, and also the robot service. So the way we install this is to go to uipath.com and use the Start Trial button up here at the top right. You'll notice on that page it says choose your UiPath version. At the bottom of the page is the Community Edition, which does not have integration with the orchestrator server. So like it says here, that's fine for small companies with an annual turnover of less than 1 million or 250 workstations. As I mentioned, we want this UiPath RPA platform that does allow you to integrate with UiPath Orchestrator. The important thing to understand about this is that it is a platform trial and it's only good for 60 days. Companies who qualify to use the Community Edition can use that indefinitely. So I will click on this Request RPA Platform Trial button, and that takes me to a form page where I can provide my company contact information. And once I do that, I click on Request Trial. And that takes us to a thank you page, which has a link to the community forums, which are very useful, and a link to the email address for the support team. And they also have this online ticketing platform if you run into problems. The important thing we need is this link right here. So I'll right-click on that and save target as. I'm going to save that installer in my D-installers UiPath Enterprise directory. The file name is uipathplatform.msi, so I click Save. I'm going to open that folder and get ready to do the installation. If you've previously installed the Community Edition, we should remove that first. So I'll go to Add and Remove Programs and scroll down here to the bottom. Click on UiPath Platform, Uninstall. Now that I've successfully uninstalled any previous version of UiPath, I'll go to my email, and you can see that I've received my welcome email from UiPath, and it has this trial code. So I'm going to copy that trial code, and as you can see, it says, when activated for the first time, this unique code automatically generates 60 days availability period for your trial. And multiple colleagues can use the same code because it's per company, not per person. And the way we're going to use it is to start UiPath. Then we'll select the Activate License option. We'll use the trial license key provided above. We'll do the automatic activation. And then they have some additional steps down here if you run into problems, including a link down here at the bottom to the ticketing system in case you run into a problem. So let's go ahead and double click on that installer. Click on Run. Accept the license. And let's take a quick peek at this Advanced button. So notice that we have options for what's going to be installed. The default settings are that all of UiPath Studio is going to be installed, but for the robot installation, it's not going to automatically start at boot. So I'm going to go ahead and select that so that the robot automatically starts. And now here you can see that we have an opportunity to install the entire orchestrator website. And this is something that your IT administrators will do when they set up the orchestrator website internally at your company after having paid for a license. I believe that the orchestrator website also falls within the 60-day trial period, but it is a little bit complex to install. So if your goal here is to learn, then don't bother with installing the orchestrator because UiPath has a hosted version of orchestrator at platform.uipath.com that we'll be able to interact with to try things out. But if you do want to do a fully blown POC, there are instructions online for installing orchestrator, and I'll either cover that in a later lecture in this course, or I'm going to create a separate course dedicated for orchestrator. I haven't decided yet. So just to recap, I'm fully installing UiPath Studio, and the robot is also being fully installed. I'll click on Next, and Next again. I get the completion dialog here, and I'll leave this checked so when I click on Finish, UiPath should launch. You can see the version down there on the splash screen. And just like it explained in the welcome email, I'm going to click on Activate License. I'll type in the same email address that I used for registering, paste in that license key they gave me, and this device ID is automatically detected from my computer. I'll leave it set to automatic activation and click on Activate. That takes me to an activation thank you page, and there are more links to the forum, a knowledge base, a user guide, the robot guide, and the orchestrator guide, along with other video tutorials and their academy. And down here at the bottom is their customer support link. When you click on that, it gives you a form for submitting technical support requests related to UiPath Studio, Robot, or Orchestrator. You put in your name, email, and then select an incident or service request. So that's the enterprise trial installation process. I'll talk about connecting UiPath to the orchestrator server in a future video.